Oi, oi, you beautiful human beings. It's Cockney Buddha and it's all about getting real. I hope everybody's having a great week and a great start to their week. It's actually midweek now when I'm putting this out there, but whenever you're listening to it, I hope it's all going well for you. This one is about tuning in. This one with me is patience. Tune into your tests when you're starting to feel a little frustrated, a little anxious, especially around this time of year. Tune in. What's it trying to tell you? What's it teaching you? Like I said, mine's about patience, this one. But you just tune in to whatever's coming to you and then ask the questions. Why? What's going on? So everybody brings themselves a nice cuppa, turns that volume up, and then gets to listening to the old Cockney Buddha. The holidays are approaching, and this patience one is wrapped around a Christmas tree, believe it or not. And my experience of being tested, because I tell you what, it's all tests, especially around this time of year, guys. It's time to start tuning in a lot more to your tools, right? Use your tools. And one of those things that I've started doing, like I said, this one's about patience a little bit, especially with me. Can't speak for everybody. But, we're all getting our different tests, and we get different tests throughout our day, throughout our week, month, year, right? And this one is about patience with me at the minute, because it's, as I was doing this, there was this trip. Let me start from the bloody beginning. Let me start there. Otherwise, you ain't gonna have a bloody dicky bird of what I'm bleeding going on about. So. My wife's been, we're like the Griswolds, right? We have lights everywhere, decorations everywhere. We love it. We enjoy it. It's nice. It brings in that atmosphere, and it's just a good, even though it's pagan, I like pagan, sorry. I must do, because I enjoy it. So, my wife has got there's these two trees. One is still half lit. But one, actually, the trees that my wife's got, I offered to do this to the tree, because it actually involved my oldest daughter's tree. And it went the same way as what my wife's, our other one is going, which is half lit. And my daughter come to me, and I see this half lit tree, and she goes, look, and I said, well, why would you want to put that up? Like, give it here. Because, don't put something up or just ignore something because you don't want to put some work into it, right? What's the point in that? Right? Again, if you're patient, find the patience. So I took it as a challenge, and I said, give it here. And I sat in the chair for a good probably 45 minutes. Because it's a pre-lit. And I don't know if you tried taking the lights off a pre-lit. And yeah, you can get yourself a nice pair of nippers, pair of pliers or something, right, that nip the wire and bloody, you can plough your way through it, just ripping it off the tree. Of course you can, you see, but that's the easy way out. That's the easy way out. That's not the test. That's an easy test. How to destroy. That's easy. Having patience and taking them off without cutting anything, without nipping anything off of there as far as wire, actually, this didn't actually have any, those little wire anchor things, bloody hell. I remember we had a tree that had all the wires were anchored to the branches with these like green, great plastic, right? Oh, and by the way, please, don't go blowing or anything, the little plastic green bits that come off of garland and everything, don't go blowing that into your soil or into your yard, because it's the easy way to do it. Get a vacuum and vacuum that shit up, because it is plastic. Yeah, and we do have a bit of a bleeding problem with plastic, even though we buy a shit ton of it still. Hence decorating and the Griswold's Christmas at the Cockney Buddha family. But yeah, so don't go blowing that shit everywhere. Vacuum it up if you would, please, because it's, and then at least it can bleed. And yeah, it goes into the bloody ground, I get it, but at least it ain't blowing around everywhere and becoming smaller and smaller microplastic shit, because it's unbelievable. I'm gonna do a subject around plastic, actually. And talk about that, because it's all about getting real. It's all about getting real. So anyway, I grabbed this tree, and there was none of those little plastic anchor things all over the branches. But as I start getting into the unraveling, well, I say unraveling. You gotta kind of, to start those things. I don't know who the heck puts those bleeding lights on those trees, those pre-lits. Holy shit, man. I don't know who does it, but holy crap. The way it's done, and it goes off in different angles and shit, right? See, with the patience, I'm learning something too. And patience, you have patience, you'll learn. Because now I know that these lights don't go just one way, like start from the bottom or the top and go down, and like you would if you was to do your own tree. Oh no. These are like those bloody, those icicle lights that you hang on your guttering or off the edge of your ass, where it looks like snow. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, it looked like that. All wrapped up. In fact, I might even put a bloody thumbnail up with the tree, because I think I took a picture of it, because I laid it out on the floor and I put the tree there, and I thought, you know what, I'll make a decent podcast about patience, and I forgot all about it until now, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump on and do a podcast. But yeah, it looks like those bleeding lights you put on your house. I tell you, it's. God, no wonder they're hard to bleed and figure out, because they all go in different directions. It's like, bloody hell. But anyway, I sat there, and there was a couple of times when I was starting to get like, okay, I'm just going to yank you off. Right? I'm just going to tear the branches off. Oh, you damn it. But you know what? I didn't. And when you've got anger and frustration shit as well, if you've got anger issues or rage issues, try unwinding one of those pre-lit trees. Oh, blimey, I tell you what, if you want to get that shit under control, here's your tests. Right? Here's your tests. I'll tell you what, it's like that guy, who's that comedian that says, here's your sign? I know there's a comedian out there that says, here's your sign, I think. And I know I've seen him. I can see him, but I can't remember his name. He's got a moustache and that. But yeah, the test started. And the first bit was like trying to get an actual start on the bloody thing. So I got it started, and I started unraveling, and then I came to my first like hurdle, where you're like looking at it going, how the fuck did they put that on there? How is that happening? And then all of a sudden the pliers flash in your head like, yeah, I'm just going to go and cut that. I'm just going to, because you spend about, 5 minutes. It seems like an eternity, but it's not. It's probably about bleeding a minute. But it gets so frustrating. And if you fall into the frustration, all of a sudden it seems to get really longer, and then you're done, because now you're falling into your anger, and it's not worth it. Keep your calm. Breathe. So the old pliers flashed in my head. I tell you what, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to cut this shit. Because it literally, I questioned whether they knotted the wire. I was questioning whether they actually tied the wire in a knot on the branch, which was all right up against the bleeding trunk part of it, and you're like, how the heck did they do that? But it wasn't. No. It was just all intertwined in such a way that it felt knotted. God, blimey, I tell you what. Whoever puts them things on for a living, bloody hell, I don't know, oh. And it's probably some poor sod, right, bleeding, sitting there, bloody, winding these things on for pittance. Jeez, right? God, all of a sudden there's like a sadness comes on, right? It's like, oh, jeez. But anyway, getting back to the story, I brought myself. When you feel yourself starting to lose patience with something, bring yourself present with it first of all. That's your first point of call. Get yourself present with what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And some of us want something faster. We want to get it over and done with. We want to get there, right? We want to reach the goal already. But you're going to miss all the bits and pieces in between if you do that. It's better to have the patience and just pick at each bit as it comes along to get to that goal. And patience comes with an awareness. There's an awareness of like I was doing with that. That was a great lesson for me. Really, really good lesson for me, because it was hitting some roadblocks to where you know you've got plot. You know you can just cut it. Easy. You know you can just go and go. I could have just walked into the garage, grabbed me pliers, out of my toolbox, gone back, gone snip, all right. Easy. But no, when you sit with it, I tell you what, it gives you a whole better feeling of accomplishment when you do it. Because when I laid those lights out on the floor, and I was quite proud, honestly. I know it's only bleeding light, but I was quite proud. Not of the fact that the fact that I got the lights off of there as well without damaging the tree and all that, even though there was shrapnel everywhere with those little things. I just vacuumed it all up, actually. But I was more pat on the back with myself that I worked my journey. Because I could have quite easily got frustrated, angry, may have even not done it, got angry with a tree, could have even gone in a rage even and freaking, and you get there and you start bending the shit and throwing it and, right? Why? The lesson I learned was so much richer. It had so much more substance to it than just getting angry and frustrated and taking the easy route. Because I learned something. Patience. May not be an easy thing, but like I said, if you find yourself getting frustrated with something, the first thing is turning to your awareness. The awareness that you're starting to get frustrated with it. Every time I hit one of those knot things, I felt myself go like, oh shit. And as soon as you say something like that, or you get it in your head, because, I was going, how the hell did they knot this thing on air? Is this knotted? That to myself, of course, as I'm sitting there and the family think I'm being just like, la, 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 la. Well, I was in the end. But it was a challenge. Challenge, man. Challenge. If you don't have challenges with things that you're trying to work within your journey, how are you gonna solidify that? What is it you want to learn about yourself? And what is it you want to test about yourself? My anger's being tested lately, and it's when I have those wins, when I have those times, which I've had, where I've caught onto it and had an awareness and had this like, oh, hang on a minute, and being able to work with it instead of have it control. Oh man, amazing, absolutely amazing. I had a session with my eldest daughter this week, actually yesterday. And I like doing that because it's, guess what? I hear about people that can't work with their parents and everything, in my job, right? So, and it's very difficult when you hear that, because there's things missing, right? When people don't want to build the relationship within the family and stuff, just because we're freaking parents, it don't mean we're brilliant, all right? I'm just letting you know that. Just because we're parents, it doesn't mean we don't slip up and make mistakes or going sometimes in the wrong directions. Yeah, there's books on being a dad and a mum and that. I'm sure there is. I think I've seen them out there in a bookshop here and there. But you know what? When it comes down to the nitty gritty, matey, and you start pulling your own programs in, you're going to run with different things that you've learned as well. And it doesn't mean it's always right. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is right. So that's why I have my daughter called it, and we go to my therapist. Everybody's got my therapist when they be. I'm on the regular. But you know what? It was absolutely awesome and beneficial. God, blimey. Because I learned something about myself, and it was about, okay, tune into what's happening, what's actually going on right now. And I remember being very, very apprehensive. Here's my daughter calling me into a meeting with a therapist, and it's like, where did I get? See, and this is where I started changing it, because you go into right? You go into bad, I've done wrong. Where have I stepped somewhere? Did I step on a landmine somewhere? It's like, right? But you know what? It's not an Shift the pattern of the mind. As soon as you go, you're telling the brain, we got a problem here. There's something going on. This is bad. This is wrong. This is going in the wrong. It's going to go that way. It's going to start pushing you in that direction. Body chemistry is going to change. Your freaking mind is going to start going in the wrong direction and spiraling. And before you bloody know it, you're angry or frustrated. You're not really seeing the full picture. Because the other side of that is growth. Growing, learning. Where can I improve? Not always agreeing doesn't mean that. But it means being able to listen. It means being able to hear. Again, it's tuning in to those things. Patience. Being able to sit and pause without having to say what you want to say and listen to what is being said. Patience. Listening. Do you want to be a better listener? Work on it. Give yourself challenges. Get up in the morning and go, right, today I'm going to work on being a better listener. And everything that comes into contact with your ears, you hear it. You turn the volume up. Focus on it. Work on it. If you're not very good at speaking, sit in front of something, get a YouTube channel going. I tell you what, it helped me out a lot to not be afraid to be able to talk. I tell you what, getting in front of a microphone or a camera, yeah, it's a bit funny in the beginning. I'm having trouble right now because I've got a different camera and I'm using a different software package, and it's kind of weird sitting there because I noticed that when I was doing my other platform, I would look at the screen and it looked, I was with the audience, so to speak. But this one, I've got to look at the camera, and that's kind of weird. I'll give big shout out to Grom, who I follow out there, and a bunch of other people. I'll tell you what, that do a daily thing where they just and sit in front of the camera and look at it. Let's look at the bloody camera. It's like, I'm getting used to it. But yeah, where's the tests? Where's the tests? When I first got all my podcasts and equipment, which I've been doing for a year now, by the way. Oi, oi! Big celebration for me. Right? Yeah, boy. Yeah. Come on. Yep. There you go. Sweet as a nut. All right. And then all of a sudden we got the old... Oh, yeah. Dear me, eh? Oi, oi. Anyway, but, everything that you do, if you find yourself getting into a negative state, a negative mind, start looking at it. And then start thinking, what can I learn? Where can I adjust myself to start? Because it becomes a challenge and it starts becoming actually exciting because there's something there to improve with yourself. And when you can start doing that, I'm actually getting excited now thinking about it. It's like, well, yeah, it's banging. Absolutely banging. Because when you can use these things that surround you, like I've always said, hey, make that unknown your playground. Make that unknown your playground. I'll tell you what. Because when you make the unknown your playground, you're not afraid to go in there and play. And that goes down for, when my anger's kicked off here and there. It's bloody hard as shit to turn away. If anybody out there has like rage issues, anger issues, or anything like that, first of all, please stretch your hand out. Come and see me. I do this for a living, and I take people through anger shit because I live the life, man. I really do. I'm not bullshitting you. I don't blame smoke up your ass. I live the life. I live, walk, talk it. I've had people come to me where they've been through all different kinds of therapists, and they've come, and I'm not blowing my trumpet here. I'm just saying what's real and what's reality, because I've done this myself as well. I wouldn't be without Judith because of the way she's got me to where I'm at. And when I hear the stories, and I've lived that as well, gone through many different psychiatrists as well, by the way, been on all kinds of different drugs, been through many, many different therapists, and then, boom, Judith come along and totally shifted the way things were done, and that was it. So it's the way I work. So, stretch your hand out but if you've got any kind of bloody anger or frustration or anything like that, and you're getting into, especially when like I've been talking about, getting into patience or things like that, it can blow up, and it's being in touch with those things, being in touch with the things, and looking to improve is more of the bit. Don't just look past them. Don't just look past them, because that's what we do. Or we don't see. And the reason we don't see is because for some of us, it's unwilling to tune into that. People with egos. Sure, shit, right? Right? It don't want to admit that they're wrong. Narcissistic people don't want to admit that they're wrong. Right? I feel sad for them. I pity them because it's like, get the help. If you want to work on yourself and you want to improve yourself, get the help. But you can use your day-to-day. Use your day-to-day as the tests, as the lessons. Don't run into the negative mind that's telling you something different. All right? Tune in. Hey guys, like I said, I do this for a living. I live here in sunny Florida. And I would love to help you out. I really would. All you got to do is get a hold of me across all my social media platforms. I have a link tree in the description of this podcast. And just hit me up. You can get a hold of me any way you want. Start your journey, get it going. I like to take that journey with my guys. I tell you what, it's an absolute blessing to do what I do and to witness what I've been witnessing. You can get that control, guys. Yes, you can. It takes work. It takes dedication. And it takes patience. So I hope everybody's doing well out there in the old season. Like I said, tune into yourself. And please get out there and give a like and subscribe and throw me some comments. I love getting the comments, I really do. I've had some absolute bangers lately of people getting help from what I say, so it makes it all the difference, I tell you what. And please enjoy the rest of your week, your day, whatever it may be. And thank you for being loyal and tuning in the old Cockney Birder and the old getting real. Thanks, guys. Loving each and every one of you. Namaste.